Okay, guys, maybe you've been with me since 10:30 this morning. Maybe you're just tuning in. This is a little bonus session that I'm doing, a little bit of a rolling session because I am really tight, even though I'm moving and stuff. I need a little bit of release, so I'm going to roll, and you're welcome to join me. Okay, so the thing about rolling is one, you do not want to roll me. Let me know if you're here, by the way. Okay. You do not want to roll cold muscles. So this is a good thing to do maybe after a workout. Some people will roll before a workout, but try to go for a little bit of a walk and do your warm up a little bit first before you do that. So I'm assuming that all of you have been with me today. That's how you know I'm doing this. So you're warmed up. But if I put this on YouTube and somebody's watching it, you would stop it right here and pause. You would go for a 5-minute little walk around, warm your muscles up a little bit, and then come back, okay? So what I'm gonna start with, what I personally like to do is literally heat up the area a little bit with my hands. So we're gonna roll today. We're gonna keep it fairly simple. I'm not gonna get into every muscle of the leg, or you might really hate me, okay? So I want to do the quads a little bit. We're going to do the hamstrings and the calves. Might do a little bit of glutes, but I'm not really going to hit the inner thighs a whole lot today because that can get pretty nasty. But if you know how to roll them and you want to roll them, you do it. I am not going to roll the IT band because I do not believe in rolling the IT band. I believe that the IT band is slightly tight for a purpose, and when you roll it, it usually guards and tightens more. Okay, so I like to see you go to your physical therapist or massage therapist and maybe get a little bit of cupping around the area and think about loosening that, detaching that as opposed to rolling. But if you roll the quad and the hamstring properly, hopefully the IT band is giving an issue for you. So just take the palm of your hand and just up and down. So you're starting, so your IT band runs in here. Okay, so I'm not going to be touching right on there. I'm just starting along the edge of it. Okay, so if you don't know exactly where it is, that's okay. Just up and down. And then move it over a little bit, up and down. And just keep working around along it, along your quad. Okay. You might right away, even just doing this, you might have noticed some spots where a little owie. Those are where you likely have your adhesions, knots, some tension, some tightness, some fascia tightening, whatever you would like to call it. Those are some areas that you're going to find likely with the roller. Okay, good. So try the other side. I do this to my quads, as I was just saying a little bit. Because my quads are tight, and if I jump right on that roller, I'm not going to be happy. Okay, so you want to be gentle. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to roll. If you have never jumped on a roller, you might want to go easy today, like really easy. Maybe you're just hitting the rolling pins. So what I want you to grab, if you haven't already, is a roller, maybe a rolling pin, maybe a rolling stick if that's what you have, maybe even a long stick or broom. And I'll show you different ways. I've even got a ball there. I'll show you different depths that you can get into. Okay, so I'm going to start showing you on the chair, and you might stick up here, and then I'm going to work my way down to the floor with the roller. Okay, so the gentlest, depending on how hard you push, is some form of a stick. Okay, so I'm going to use my rolling pin just to show you, but if you don't have a rolling pin, you would use the broom. Okay, I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to work my way over. So I'm just going down slowly. Okay, I'm going to start at my knee, and I'm working about an inch. Okay, so I'm just going back and forth about an inch. If I don't feel a whole lot there, I might do it only about 10 times. If I'm feeling a lot of icky there, I'm going to hold that on there and release that. Okay. And I'm just going to slowly work my way up an inch at a time, finding you're going to do a strip here, a strip. You might not have 4 strips. Maybe you only have 2 strips. I don't know. But I want you to work in just one little area all the way up. Okay. If you don't have that and you've got some form of stick, it's going to get a little deeper. Okay. You're going to do the same thing. Work on it. Find those owies. Okay. And I would go, oh, hello. I would go really slow until I find something that's nasty, and then I hang on with that. Okay. So you guys can hang out with that. Those of us that want to roll, let's do it. Okay. I push, you might have different ways. I push my roller off to the side with this. Okay. I bring this knee out and this leg back, almost like I was doing a modified pigeon. And then I'm going to place that roller just below the crease. Okay. And then I'm going to relax down and let my weight go into the muscle. Okay. How much weight you put into is up to you. And I'm just going to work back and forth about an inch. So I'm leaning a little bit so that the inner half of my quad has the pressure right now. Okay. You can go a little side to side, up and down, circles, whatever you want. Hello. Woohoo. You're trying to find woohoos. You're trying to find those spots that are almost screaming at you. And then how hard you push on those spots is entirely up to you. First timers, gentle, please. Melt, let it melt. Okay. I'm going to flip on here and see who I've got. Flip on here and see. Like Jackie, Elizabeth. Hey, ladies. Jackie, you know what to do here. You know how hard you can push. Elizabeth, let me know, is this hurting your hip? Okay, because you can lay flat with that other leg and try to modify and get into your own little weird position if you need to. Or you can get up on that chair and just roll it out. So when do you go down another inch? Oh, hello. There might be explicit words. Send your children out of the room. Grandchildren, whatever it might be. When you feel like there's no more to release, work your way down. Okay, I'm coming down here. Oh, good Lordy, I knew my body needed this, but relax the rest of your body. Okay, so try not to hold a lot of tension anywhere else. And just slowly work it down. I'm not going to go a long session here on my body because yep, I feel you, Elizabeth. Oh. I'm going to come up off of that one. If you can get to all the way down your knee from here, just to above here, stop before you get to the knee, you do it. I'm going to switch it up with my stick. If you feel any shaking or twitching, back off. So doing this, rolling, is a good way to warm up possibly, but it's not really the most effective way to roll. The most effective is inch at a time. Okay. I am just going to hit the area in here. You don't have to. I just happen to be a little bit tight. So I'm going to hit that with my roller, but I am not going into the kneecap, towards the kneecap at all. I'm being very, very cautious here. And I think I'm going to go up the adductor a little bit. So the inner thigh, do what you need to. You may still be on here. Just going to find. So I'm going quickly, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 down, because I'm not finding a whole lot. Once I find it, yeah, it's not too bad in there. Okay, good. I'm going to go to the other side. So if you're ready, you're just going to rotate so that it's predominantly on the outer half of your hamstring. Okay. Woo, puppy, pop, pop. There's a reflex in there. It was making my leg jump. It's gone now. Let's see if I can. Okay, so basically what I do here is I rotate my foot outward. That's how I get onto that other half. And then I rotate slightly, but you do it. There's no like, that's the way you have to do it. Okay, we're all different shapes and sizes. So if something is hurting another body part, you're not going to sacrifice that. You're going to find a way. If you need to have a pillow or something under you or your ball, whatever you need, guys. Lordy. Yep, gonna back off. Finish it off. If I go too fast and you want to go longer, but if you haven't rolled for a while, don't go easy today and maybe 2 days from now. Maybe on Saturday, do a little bit more. You can always pause me and then start up again. Okay, I'm just getting some blood in there. Oh, there's a couple nasties in there. Dare I hit the ball? Mm-hmm. So if you ever get some little adhesions you can't quite get at, feel free to dig in there with the ball, realizing that it's likely to be sore. Do you have to like, no. Okay, start off. You'll get addicted to the point where you want to go harder and harder and harder. But if you can't walk for 3 days, then that's not the point here. Okay. Whoop. Okay, I'm going to move to the next leg. You do what you need to, guys. Okay, so I need a little bit more blood flowing in there because I know this is not going to be a happy time for me. So I'm just getting some blood flow and some pain tolerance. Okay. So by pushing a little bit, I am interrupting the receptors a tiny bit and getting ready for that. Always remembering that pain is just the perception of sensation. So it's okay to feel sensation. If you're feeling extreme pain, you need to back off. If you're tightening up more and more as you go through the movement, you need to come off of it and back off. Okay, so when I was getting to about here on me, it was getting to be just too much. Not that I couldn't handle the pain, but I feel that I was tensing up the rest of my body. So I backed off, lowered it down a little bit, and maybe in a couple days I'll be able to get, or even later, I might be able to get in there a little deeper. Okay, so melting is what your goal is. Okay, let's try. I never like this side. If for some reason you're getting nothing out of this, woohoo, lift your foot up and down. Feel that? It's crazy. Yep. You're pinning and then stretching. It's not necessary to spend the same amount of time on one side or the other. One side that's tighter, feel free to just try to get some balance out, right? Try to loosen up the one side to match the other. Okay. See you, Elizabeth. I think it's just me and you, Jackie. I've rotated already, so I'm going to work the outside a little bit. Oh, tap out on that. Work this. Whew. Reminder, loosen the rest of that body. Don't hold your breath. There's a tendency to want to guard, tighten up, and hold your breath when it's uncomfortable. Don't let it happen. Okay. I'm going to attack the hamstring. A couple ways you can attack it. You can start up back here, or you can start up here. Okay, whatever works for you. And you're just going to roll. You can have both arms back, whatever's comfortable for you. If that hurts to come up in your shoulder, come down and just hit it, or use your stick and get under there. Okay, go from where your bum becomes your hamstring, that insertion point. Jackie, let me know later how your hamstring's doing. Okay. And just work it out slowly. You can rotate. You can go one side, middle, one side, or you can go in strips. Okay. It's your rolling session. Again, you can point and flex. You can pick your foot up and do that a little bit. Pull on it while it's pinned. I don't usually have to lift my body weight up. I got enough body weight that it's pushing enough. But do whatever you have to do. Rotate through the whole area. Figure out which part is the worst for you. You can even come up a little bit, not onto the IT band, just on the edge of your hamstring. So for me, it's dead center. That's where we're going to hang out. Pump up and down, flex and point, whatever you need. You might get some shooting just down into the behind the knee. That's okay. You can go a little softer, but it means you're getting something there. Don't go to the back of your knee. So stop short of the back of your knee, please. If you're doing this under the supervision of a massage therapist or physiotherapist and they want to go back there, that's fine. Okay, you can switch whenever you're ready. Again, pause the video if you need to. If you need another few minutes, I'm going to move on to my other side. Again, if you need to come up, come up. If you're tired, you can even come down. You're not going to get as the same kind of force in there, but whatever you need. Oh, hello. You could be doing this sitting up on your chair with your rolling pin or stick and just going under from your knee to your bum. If it's shooting up, down, you just hit an adhesion. It's okay. Work it out. The shooting is not going to harm you at all. You know you're on the right path. Okay, I'm going to move down to my calves. If you're not ready, pause, continue with what you were doing. Okay, so I'm going to go below. This is going to be fun. I have enough weight pushing down, not a problem. If you need to come up off the ground, lift yourself up off the ground, do whatever you need to do. Oh. So you're going back and forth, a little side to side. Flex and point if you need to. If you really like, you want to go crazy? Put that ball on top of your roller and then find that spot and hang on. Okay, it may pop out, but once you get it, it'll stay there. Okay. Again, you can use your rolling pin. You can sit up, sit down, and just back of the calf. Find those spots, dig in. I mean, it's a little harder in your arms for sure, but it's whatever works for you. Oh. This is going to get nasty for me anyway. Just keep working your way down. You might find that you're not able to fully release everything all in one session. Then just move down, okay? You might feel when you turn over here a pull on the ligament right behind the knee on this side. Again, you're not right on the area, so that pull is okay. It's when you're on the area and it's creating excruciating pain that you want to back off. Okay? That's just telling you that that area is attached and it's really tight. So how far you roll, even to the outside of your calf or the inside, like this, is entirely up to you. I don't usually find anything over here up high. For me, particularly, it's going to be right about here on this side. As I go lower, I might find something different. When you go down, stop before you hit the edge of your Achilles tendon. So right about here, stop. You can roll with the ball inside this area, around this area. Stay off of that tendon. Again, if you are working with a therapist, then that's a different thing. Okay, but I don't have control of you through the screen. So I want to avoid certain areas. Okay, I don't roll over joints. Anywhere you bend, you're not going to roll there. You can tell when I found something nasty because I start to loosen it. And once I feel it's kind of loose, then I try to challenge it a little bit more with some movement. And if it doesn't flare back up and say, oh yeah, I'm still tight, then I'm ready to move on. Jackie, it's got a little diamond beside your name saying you're top fan. High five, girl. It's assuming you're still here with me. Okay, so again, cautious when you start to go low. Stay away from the attendant. Okay, before I end up bruising myself, I'm going to switch sides. You do what you need to do. We're almost done. You might be really tight down here. It takes some extra time. I constantly work that area because I had Achilles tendonitis on this side. So it's not an issue for me much anymore. So I'm finding a spot in my soleus on the inner part. So what you're watching me do right now is I'm pinning it down and I'm pulling. I'm pulling that way. So the soleus is actually moving slightly. Okay, so I'm just slightly detaching it, pulling it off, and then I'm going up and down. Okay, and that's one thing I'm doing. So play around. There's not an absolute. Okay, good, Jackie. Hey, Debbie. Lori. Okay, Helene, yes, exactly. It's all about doing what you can. Not everybody wants to torture ourselves. And you don't want to go so deep that you never want to do this again. Okay. The idea is that your body starts to feel a little bit of release with it. And in that release, you realize that, hey, that's a pretty good thing to do once in a while. Okay. You don't have to hurt yourself. Okay. I'm going to go to the bottom of my feet and I'm just going to pull that up, just like we did with Move It or Lose It. I'm going to pull on that tendon a tiny, tiny bit there. I'm going to pull it straight. So I don't generally roll the front of my shin, but what I will do sometimes is take my fingers and go on either side of the shin, the front, and I will gently work it and see if I have any issues in there. Okay, sometimes I'll find, I won't go on the bone, okay? Sometimes I'll feel a few issues in here. If that's the case, I'll usually cross my legs and go with the ball. Okay, and I might need to get over here a bit. So you can use the ball as well. You can use circles, squares, cross friction. Just stay off the bone. Okay, find some, oh, hello, right in there. Whew. Shooting it down my toes. So I'm just gonna hang out there for a bit. Okay, so feel free to work that on both sides a little bit. Bring that foot up, give him a bit of a stretch. So you're really stretching that tendon at the back. Okay, straighten it out, let it stretch. Do you have any issues along the front? Use your ball if you need to. Once in a while, when you're playing up here, you might push and it's like Charlie horse almost. You've gone too deep, clearly. Okay, that's an area that you want to soften up and work, obviously, because it has an issue. Or is it that you're almost putting it into spasm in the position you're in, and then you're rolling? So maybe you don't want to flex or point while you're doing this. Maybe you want that foot to be relaxed while you're in there. Okay. Again, you're always staying off the bones. Okay. Beautiful. You can put some heating bags on that, even before too, but you can put some heating bags if you want. That'll get a little bit more blood flow into the area and help heal a little bit. And you can stretch out a little bit if you want. If you're going to stretch your hamstrings, you can come out here and stretch. If you're going to stretch the front, lay on your stomach and bring your legs up. Stretch whatever you feel just needs a little bit of a tug. Okay, so that's it. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again, guys. Bye.